Check one, two, check one, two. Check one, two, check one, two. Check one, two, check one, two. Mic check. Check one, two, check one, two. Good to go?
Leading off at shortstop, number 8, Matthias Carter. Batting second in center field, number 7, Ethan Carmack. Batting third, number 10, behind the plate, Alex Catchler. Batting fourth at DH, number 34, Will May. Batting fifth at third base, number 12, Tucker Criswell. Batting sixth at right field, number 1, Davis Cass. Batting seventh at first base, number 19, Jakob Austin. Batting eighth at second base, number 2, Parker Clayton. And batting ninth for the Monarchs from left field, number 23, Elliot Manley. On the mound for the Monarchs is number 30, Tyler Brown. The Monarchs are led by head coach Tom Austin. He's assisted by Spencer Martin and Jake Moroff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll direct your attention to center field and rise as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
He's got so much feel for it.
Welcome into the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament, coming live from Cleveland Field at Phil Williamson Stadium in LaGrange, Georgia. I'm Danielle Percival, Director of Athletic Communications at Piedmont College, bringing you the action today as we get started with number 1 seed Methodist University taking on number 8 William Peace University. We're set to get underway at noon local time, just a few minutes after noon now, as we get ready to get the action underway. Big things coming this week with action at both LaGrange as well as Point. We'll keep you updated on all of the action going on today. First game happening out at Point, set to get underway here at noon as well. Number 5 seed NC Wesleyan taking on number 4 Huntingdon. All conference awards came out this morning as well throughout the game. We'll get you information on those that are members of Methodist and William Peace that also made the all-conference listing. Getting started on the mound for Methodist, it's number 30, Tyler Brown, the lefty, getting the nod in game number 1, making his 10th start of the season, brings a 2.98 ERA into the contest. Has a 6-1 win-loss record. Is the starter for the Monarchs. We're getting ready to get started with William Peace. The leadoff batter for the Pacers will be number 20, Easton Payton, a junior working out in left field today for the Pacers. Batting .289 on the season and has started all 31 games so far. Pacers entered with a 17-16 overall record, went an even 500, 9-9 in conference play, taking the 8 seed. Pops up the first pitch that he sees, settling under and making the grab just on the grass past the infield is the second baseman Clayton. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Tyler Brown, and Payton is retired. Brings up the shortstop, number 24, Justin Torres. Torres, a freshman for the Pacers, settling in the box. Takes the first pitch on the inside edge for strike 1. Torres has earned the start in all but one contest this year for the Pacers. Even count 1-1 now from Tyler Brown. Brown has pitched 54 innings throughout the season. Looking for the outside edge and able to paint the black, finds the corner, and it's a 1-2 count now to Justin Torres. Swung on, sent into play. First baseman makes the grab, but it's going to be a hit for Justin Torres as nobody there to cover the bag. So first hit of the game goes to Justin Torres. One hit on the board, one out. Alec Allred steps in, the third baseman for William Peace. Allred, a member of the first team all-conference listing that was released this morning by the USA South Athletic Conference. Sent right to the third baseman. Runner's gonna go, and there will be an error assessed on Criswell, which will advance Torres to second. So a line out to the third baseman for an out, but on the E5, Torres will advance to second. But now 2 outs on the board for Christian Dix, the designated hitter for the Pacers, batting .392 on the season. Started 23 contests over the course of the year. Takes the first pitch. It's in the zone across the plate for strike one. Dix with 31 hits over the course of the season. Third most in the lineup today for the Pacers. Fouls it off and quickly behind in the count 0-2 as Brown looks to retire the final batter of the inning. One hit on the board, one error as well. Brown looks to second, throw is home. Misses high and outside for ball one. Torres making Brown think about him at second. Catchler gets the signal into Brown. 1-2 pitch. Rung him up. Delayed call, but it is a strikeout looking for Christian Dix to end the frame. No runs scored on one hit, one error, and one left on base. We head to the home half of the first. No score here at Cleveland Field. Getting ready to start the action here in the bottom of the frame. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament coming live from Cleveland Field here in LaGrange, Georgia. Methodist stepping up to the plate. No runs scored in the top of the first. 1 hit given up and 1 error. It's Matthias Carter, shortstop for the Monarchs, set to lead off. First pitch he sees down the middle for strike 1. Facing off against Derek Jackson. Jackson, a righty junior for the Pacers. Starting his 8th contest of the season. Norris trying to help frame the pitch, doesn't get the call, and it's a 1-1 count. Carter batting .364, member of the first team all-conference listing for the USA South. This time Jackson finds the inside edge of the plate, making it a 1-2 count as he works ahead. Jackson with a 2.76 ERA over the course of the season. That one gets past Norris's glove, and it'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two offering from Jackson, cuts inside and will hit Carter to put him on first. So Carter takes his base after being hit by the pitch. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 7, Ethan Carmack. Carmack, fellow sophomore for Methodist. Shows bunt, will foul that one off. It's Carmack now down 0-1. Methodist enters 25-7 overall, posted a 14-3 record in conference play. Took the regular season title. Shows bunt again this time. It will be in play. Little confusion as to who was going to get it. It is Norris, the catcher, who comes and retrieves it, gets it over to Tilson, and the sacrifice will do the job and move the runner into scoring position. So Carter advances to second with 1 out. Alex Catchler, the catcher for the Monarchs, stepping in. Third batter in the lineup. We'll go through and give you the complete lineup as well as the defensive lineup when we get a moment. Looks to second, throw is home, and Jackson finds the plate for strike 1. Waiting on deck is number 34, Will May, the DH for the Monarchs. Jackson again looking to second, checking Carter. That one sent into play. Nice piece of hitting up the middle, and that will put runners on the corners with just 1 out. Catchler with the first hit of the day for the Monarchs.
Stepping up to play for the Monarchs, number 34, Will May.
Will May stepping in, the DH, as we mentioned just a moment ago. Batting .331 on this season. First upperclassman the Monarchs have sent to the plate. 1 hit on the board for each team, but Methodist with a promising opportunity with runners on the corners with just 1 out. Once again, bunt shown, but Jackson paints the black, finds the edge, and it's an 0-1 count. We gave you the battery. Jackson working on the mound. Norris behind the plate. The infield quickly for you. First base, Tilson at second. It's Hogan. Torres, the shortstop, and Allred over at third. 1-1 count to May. In the outfield from left to right, it's Peyton, Holt, and Cranmer. 1-1 pitch is going to be a swing and a miss. And May down in the count, 1-2. Working here in the bottom of the first inning. May on the all-conference listing, second team for the DH utility spot. One of 5 players for Methodist to make it on the first or second team listing. That release can be found at usasouth.net for complete results of the all-conference team. May patient and will run the count full. We'll see who will win the battle, Derek Jackson or Will May. Payoff pitch as the runner goes. It's going to be a called strike 3. So a strikeout looking for May. 2 outs now on the board, but with Catchler running on the pitch, there will be 2 runners in scoring position now for Tucker Criswell. Criswell batting just under 300 on the season. 25 RBI to his name. Carter dancing around at first, causing Jackson to think about it. Criswell swings through, and it's an 0-1 count. Jackson with the call from Norris. Carter again dancing around at third. Jackson unfazed as Criswell down in the count 0-2. Monarchs in danger of stranding a pair in scoring position. 0-2 pitch sent right up the middle. Not in danger of that anymore. That throw wide, and it will be a hit for Criswell. Give him a pair of RBI as well, and Methodist will take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
Highlighting for the Monarchs, number 1, David Cass.
So a single, and he will advance on the throw. Brings up Davis Cass. He'll foul off the first pitch that he sees. Got the official scoring from our statistician, Chris Cannon. It is a single and advanced on the throw for Criswell. Jackson looking to second, threatens to throw back, and Criswell will retreat. No throw. One count now to Cass. 2 runs on 2 hits. Another in scoring position. 2 outs on the board. Jackson's throw home popped up. Looks like it will get out of play as it just shades past the home dugout. 1-2 count for the right fielder. Cass, the only senior in the lineup for the Monarchs. 1-2 pitch sent out to the outfield. But camping under it and making the play in left center field is Nathan Holt. 2 runs scored on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on, and the Monarchs lead it 2-0 as we head to the second inning. Leading off for William Peace here in the top of the second inning, it's number 36, Tyler Tilson, working against your starter, Tyler Brown. Brown's first pitch misses outside to the lefty. Tilson, one of two lefty hitters in the order for the Pacers. Brown just misses on that one as well, and Tilson working ahead in the count 2-0. This time, though, Brown able to connect on the outer edge, looking for that same spot, and finding it this time for a 2-1 count. Tilson, a junior for the Pacers, has started 22 contests this season. Will turn in on that pitch as it rides inside, and it's a 3-1 count. Tilson working at first base for William Peace. Just does get a piece of it. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch popped up. It'll be in the infield, and shading over making the play is the shortstop Carter for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Pacers, number 15, Nathan Holt.
Center fielder number 15, Nathan Holt. Next up for the Pacers. Waiting on deck, it's number 6, Trey Hogan. We'll give you the defensive layout for the Monarchs in just a moment. It's Brown working on the mound, Catchler behind the plate. First pitch fouled off by Holt. The infield for you, Austin working at first base. The second baseman, Clayton. Shortstop is Carter. And at third, it's Criswell. Lots of C's in the order for the Monarchs. Pitch right side to even the count, 1-1. And the outfield from left to right, it's Manley, Carmack, and Cass. 1-1 pitch from Brown. Holt had to think about it. Holds off, wisely so. It's a 2-1 count. As the last one just misses the zone. Beautiful afternoon, wind blowing out to center field at the moment. Holt has worked ahead in the count, 3-1 now. Just gets a piece of it, fouls it off. And once again, we see a full count. Back-to-back batters here to start the second inning. Once again, just getting a piece of it is Holt, and he'll stay alive. Payoff pitch sent out into center field, running over, calling for it, and making the grab is Carmack. 2 up, 2 down. We'll bring up Trey Hogan.
Stepping up to play for the Pacers, number 6, Trey Hogan.
Hogan, a senior for the Pacers, starting his 14th game of the season. First pitch, high and away for ball 1. Checking in on the action at point, bottom second. The game between NC Wesleyan and Huntington is tied at 1. Sent out to left field. Running over, making the grab is Manley with no trouble. And Hogan is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. Clean inning pitched by Brown. We head to the bottom of the second. Monarchs leading it 2-0. You're watching the USA South Baseball Tournament from LaGrange, Georgia. Number 19, Jakob Austin, first up for the Monarchs, working here in the bottom of the second inning. Just misses the outside edge of the plate, and it's ball one. Austin, the first baseman for the Monarchs, takes ball two and now ahead in the count, 2-0. Back-to-back freshmen getting to work for the Monarchs, and that's a nice single through the left side for Austin, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second inning. Fellow freshman Parker Clayton steps in. Back-to-back lefties due up now with Parker Clayton and the ninth hitter in the order, Elliot Manley. Shows bunt, fouled off, so Austin, unable to advance, will retreat back to first. 0-1 count. Shows bunt once again, pulls back and takes ball one, evening up the count. Clayton batting .308, has started 32 contests coming into the game, all 32 of the season. But once again, it's a nice one. Puts on the wheels, unable to get there in time as Jackson tosses to Tilson. But the sacrifice bunt does the job, and Austin advances to second. One out, one on for Elliot Manley, left fielder for the Monarchs. Jackson looks back to second, finds the zone, and it's strike one against Manley. Manley, a sophomore for Methodist. Waiting on deck, we get back to the top of the order, number 8, Matthias Carter. Sent right to the shortstop. And it was a good thing that Austin had just retreated back to second. No threat of a double play as Manley retired. Bringing up Carter. Carter reached and later scored back in the first inning, was hit by a pitch. 2 outs, 1 on. It's Austin at second. Norris giving the signal to Jackson. He'll check Austin and throw home. Strike one. Carter thought about pulling on it, did not go, and takes strike one. 0-1 pitch, rides high, and will even the count. One offering, finds the inside edge of the plate. Carter backing off of it, but will cross the edge of the plate for strike two. 1-2 count as Carter settles in the batter's box. Jackson's delivery fouled back. Just does get a piece of it. One-two pitch. Holds off on it just a bit high. It looked to be in a similar location. And Carter once again hit by a pitch. Second time that he's reached after wearing one. That'll put runners at first and second for Ethan Carmack. 2 outs on the board. Won't see a sacrifice bunt this time. That was his first time at the plate. Sac bunt to move Carter over. This time finds the edge for strike 1. Carmack batting .300 on the season. 0-1 pitch, he'll watch it. Trying to come inside on that inside edge once again, but just misses, does Jackson. It'll even up the count. Austin at second, Carter at first. Well outside for a 2-1 count. Carmack not chasing. Carmack with 17 RBI this season if he can get on. Catchler with 47. Catchler waiting on deck. Pacers trying to make sure that's not the case. And indeed, Torres fading back all the way into shallow left field to make the play, but that will be the final out of the inning. No runs scored on 1 hit, no error, and 2 left on. Methodist leads it 2-0. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament coming to you from Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium in LaGrange, Georgia. Jake Norris leading off for the Pacers. We're working in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch is strike 1 from Brown. Norris, the catcher for the Pacers. 8th batter in the lineup. Your batter waiting on deck, it's Kyle Cranmer, the 9th hitter in the order. Deep fly ball, but making the grab is Cass. So 2 pitches, 1 out, and that'll bring up Cranmer. Apologies.
Number 3, Kyle Cranmer.
Cranmer, a senior for the Pacers, one of 3 seniors in the lineup in today's contest. Makes contact with the first pitch he sees, but it's fouled back over the press box for strike 1. Pacers working under the direction of head coach Curtis Owen. Once again sent out toward the right fielder, and making the grab is Cass once again, this time taking a little more effort, coming over and making the play just that side of foul territory. But 2 outs on the board for Easton Payton. Back to the top of the order for the Pacers. Popped out to the second baseman to get things started here in the contest. Shows bunt. And we'll take ball one. Again, it shows bunt, but we'll take strike one. An even count now. Brown giving up just one hit so far through the first 2 2/3. 1-1 offering. Again, sent out to the outfield. Calling for it and making the play is Carmack in center field. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And we head to the home half of the 3rd inning. Methodist leads it 2-0 coming up to bat. Alex Catchler set to lead off here for the Monarchs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Catchler singled in the first, had a stolen base and a run scored. Takes strike one from Jackson. A 1-1 count now. Jackson has given up 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the home team. Rides inside. Catchler holding his ground. Doesn't make contact. It's a 2-1 count. Hard hit ball down the left field line. Rounding first and heading for second. He'll be sliding in with a double. So a leadoff double to start things off in the 3rd inning for the Monarchs. Hard hit ball by Catchler, who entered the contest batting .398. That was top in the order for the Monarchs with the lineup today. Already 2 for 2 in the contest. First pitch low and inside to Will May. May struck out looking in his first plate appearance. Makes contact, will send it through the right side. Tom Austin holding up the stop signal. That'll put runners at the corners with nobody out. Monarchs looking to do some damage here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Criswell singled, had the 2 RBI single in a prime spot for the ability to add to that RBI count today. Pitch rides inside, up above the letters for ball 1. Criswell, the lone runner stranded in the first inning for the Monarchs. Just does get a piece of it, fouls it back, even count now. Five hits on the day for the Monarchs. Shows bunt, and will take strike 2. So Criswell now down in the count, 1-2. Runners on the corners. Catchler at third, May at first. Pitch low and in the dirt. Norris does a good job trapping it, keeping it from skipping behind the plate. 2-2 count.
That's good Steve there, big game. That's having a lot of feel, man. That's a lot of feel there, Gary.
Jackson's 2-2 offering sent deep out into left field. Hits the wall. That'll drive in. They'll stop it at just the 1. But both runners now in scoring position as Criswell with a double all the way to the wall. Peyton hit it, ended up knocking him down, had to recover and get back to it. So 3 hits in a row for the Monarchs. No outs, 2 still in scoring position. And it's a 3-0 game. Methodist in control in the bottom of the 3rd. Davis Cass at the plate. First pitch from Jackson. Finds the inside edge for strike 1. Cass flew out to center field for the final out of the first inning in his only other plate appearance of the game. Shows bunt. It's a good one. Running up and trying to make the grab is going to be the first baseman, Tilson. So it will be credited as an error on the first baseman. And we'll see a mound visit. We'll take a quick timeout. Methodist leads it 4-0. And we'll be back with further action here in the bottom of the 3rd. Jakob Austin due up now. A 1-0 count. 4-0 your score. Still no outs on the board. Runners at the corners for the Monarchs. They've plated 2 in this inning. 1-0 pitch again. Bunt shown this time. Jackson takes it himself. And the out will be made. So 1 out on the board now on the sac bunt. And Criswell coming around to score, leaving Cass at second. Parker Clayton, lefty in the batter's box, had a sacrifice bunt his previous at-bat back in the second inning. Takes strike one down the middle. Oh, 1 pitch will be in the dirt. Even count now. Cass at second after reaching on the error. Finds the inside edge. Late call by the umpire. High and away. Clayton doesn't bite. The 2-2 offering from Jackson once again will pull Norris out of his stance. And it's a full count. 1 out on the board. Cass at second. Clayton awaiting the payoff pitch. Earns his walk as that one misses the zone. And now a pair of runners on with just 1 out. Back to the 9th hitter in the order. It's Elliott Manley, the left fielder for Methodist. Lined out to the shortstop, back in the second inning. Jackson will chase the runners back. Cass retreats to second. Both runners with a 3-step lead. Manley a bit behind, just gets a piece of it on the first pitch he sees. 0-1 count. Misses low, and it's a 1-1 count now to Manley. One delivery rides inside, and Manley works ahead in the count 2-1. Monarchs led by head coach Tom Austin, down at third right now. Just claimed USA South Coach of the Year honors earlier this morning in his 39th year as head coach for the Monarchs with over 1,100 career wins. 2-1 pitch sent toward the second baseman. They'll try and turn the double play. They'll say he got there in time, so Manley safe on the fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Monarchs, number 8, Matthias Carter.
So Clayton retired at second on the 4-6. Manley will reach, and that'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs. Runner goes. Throw down, they'll try and tag him out and he will be safe. So great heads-up play with runners at the corners. Manley will advance to second with the stolen base. And Austin, apologies, Cass scores. A 1-1 count to Carter. Two-one count now. Rides inside, and it's a 3-1 count now to Carter. He's been hit by pitch both times he's been at the plate so far today in both the first and second innings. That one coming close to being a third time. Jackson looks to second, throw is home. And Carter thought about it, thought he was heading to first, but it's a full count now. Full count sent right back to the pitcher. Jackson takes his time, lofts it over to Tilson, and the final out is made, but not before the Monarchs able to score 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. We head to the 4th inning. Monarchs leading at 6-0. You're watching Game 1 of the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament. Back with action here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch, strike 1 from Brown to Justin Torres. One pitch low and away to even the count. Torres had a single in the first inning, the only hit of the game so far for the Pacers. Looking to possibly get another, but that one sent right out to Cass in right field. 1 out on the board. Alec Allred steps up. Allred, the first team all-conference third baseman for the Pacers. Lined out to third in the first inning. Due up for plate appearance number 2. First pitch down the middle for strike 1. Allred entered batting .430 on the season. .46 hits on the year to lead the order with 20 RBI. 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch from Brown. Bit high for a 2-1 count. This game 1 of 2 to be played here at LaGrange today. The 1-8 matchup in this one, the 7-2 matchup coming your way at 3:30. That the Scots of Maryville College taking on the Lions of Piedmont College. 3-1 count to Allred. And he'll take his base. Brings up Christian Dix. Dix struck out looking to end the first. Taking a look at the score from the matchup currently going on at point. Number 5, NC Wesleyan leading number 4, Huntingdon, 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Huntingdon does have a runner in scoring position. Hard hit ball by Dix, fouled off down the first base line. Sent up the middle, just past the glove of the shortstop Carter. And the second hit of the day for the Pacers belongs to Christian Dix. Single will put 2 on, with 1 out on the board. Tyler Tilson at the plate. Popped up to the shortstop on a full count to lead off in the 2nd inning. Catchler keeps it from being any trouble as it was in the dirt for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch. That one will find the zone. Brown has now given up 2 hits through 3 1/3. Just does go foul. Tilson must have thought it had no chance of being fair, and that one trickled down the line. A lucky bounce. Just does get it to go foul before reaching first base. Tilson's feet were planted, but no harm as it's a 1-2 count. Brown looks to second. Throw is home. And a strikeout for Tilson. 2 outs on the board now with a pair of runners on the base paths. It's Allred at second, Dix at first with Nathan Holt at the plate. Holt flew out to center field in his only previous plate appearance. Brown's first pitch finds the zone for strike 1. Holt, the only batter in the Pacers lineup that has started every contest of the season, sent right back at Brown. My goodness. Allred gets down and will score, so give Holt an RBI single, but my goodness, Brown nearly ate that one as it was right back up the middle. Got to be more than a little shattering for the pitcher. 2 outs, 2 on, and the Pacers now with 1 run on the board. Strike 1 to Hogan. Once again, sent up the middle. This time drops in shallow center. Throw in. They're going to try and get the runner at third. Play is not there, and another run will score for the Pacers. They've got 2 on the board. Hogan, give him an RBI as well. So 3 hits in the frame now for the Pacers. And we'll see a quick visit to the mound to have a word with Brown. Giving up 4 hits on the day now. 6-2 your score. Methodist out in front, but the Pacers have put both of their runs up here in the top of the 4th inning. That's where we stand now. Back-to-back RBI singles up the middle for Holt and Hogan. As the discussion comes to an end, and we'll see the runners head back to their bases. Runners on the corners for Jake Norris, the lefty catcher, back up at the plate for the 2nd inning in a row. Runner goes, throw down from Catchler. They're trying to get the run to score. They're going to say he's safe. Nothing happens other than a stolen base for Hogan, and our scoring crew specifically happy that it was nothing more than a stolen base that goes in the system. So now 2 in scoring position. Jake Norris at the plate with an 0-1 count. Time called at the plate. So we'll see Norris step out and resettle. 0-1 pitch. Popped up. It'll be medium depth in the outfield, and Carmack makes the play for the final out. But the Pacers do cut into the lead. 2 runs scored on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Monarchs leading at 6-2 here in LaGrange. First pitch is, or pitches popped up, and will be the first out. Alex Catchler now up. We did have a pitching change. We'll get you the information on that in just a moment. Nice grab by Torres, the shortstop. And quickly 2 away now for the Monarchs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss by Will May for an 0-1 count. Your new pitcher for the Pacers, number 44, Ben Brand, senior lefty. Two 2-1 count now. Brand from LaGrange, North Carolina. Almost like being at home. Just maybe a foot foul down the left field line. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. This time, though, trying to put it in play, but running over, having the read on it is Cranmer for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Methodist leads it 6-2 as we head to the 5th inning. Back with action here in the top of the 5th inning. Kyle Cranmer, first up for the Pacers, will take ball 1. Still Tyler Brown working on the mound for Methodist. Brown has given up 2 runs on 4 hits so far to the visitors. 2-0 count to Cranmer. Flew out to right field in his previous at-bat. 2-0 pitch skips in, and a 3-0 count for Cranmer. Hitters count. Top 5 here at LaGrange at point. They're working bottom 5. North Carolina Wesleyan with a 3-2 lead over Huntington. That the 5-4 matchup. Brown finds the zone for strike 1 to Cranmer. There is some action in both bullpens. 3-1 pitch, hard swing and a miss by Cranmer for a full count now. Third time that it's been a full count for Tyler Brown. And a 5-3 ground out will keep Brown 3 for 3, winning the full count situation. Cranmer, the first out of the inning. We're back to the top of the order for the Pacers. Number 20, Easton Payton in the batter's box. Payton 0 for 2. Pop out in the infield and a fly out to the outfield. Strike one to Payton on the crowd mic. You can hear some of the remarks made by the crowd. Beautiful afternoon here in LaGrange, Georgia. Couldn't ask for better weather to get things started for the conference tournament. You can find the full tournament bracket at the USA South website, usasouth.net. There is a complete baseball tournament website housed within. A little bit of confusion there on the bunt. And it will be a bunt single for Payton. A little confusion there by Brown and Criswell as to who was going to get it. By the time Brown moved out of the way, Criswell, no opportunity for a throw. So a bunt single puts a runner on with Payton at first. 5th hit of the game for the Pacers. Throw home, a bit high out of the zone for Torres. Payton dancing around at first, causing Brown to think about it as the lefty with a good view of him. Dancing around and threatening, bunt shown, pulled back and takes ball 2. Torres 1 for 2 on the day, had a single in the first, the only hit for the Pacers until the 4th inning, when they had 2 runs scored on 3 hits. Throw back to first. Payton back without any trouble. Torres still sitting at the plate with a 2-0 count. Wind blowing in from center field, I believe, at this point. Runner goes. Just does slide under the tag. It's a 3-0 count now at the plate, and Payton takes second. Delivery misses outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Torres. 2 on the base paths, just 1 out. And we'll see Catchler head out to have a word with Brown. Alec Allred lined out to third and then was walked, so officially 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Brown looks to second, throw is home, and another ball. 5 straight from Tyler Brown. Once again, looking to second at Payton. Throw home, again just missing the zone. 6 straight balls thrown by Brown. Peyton at second, Torres at first. Allred awaiting the 2-0 pitch. Chopped foul down the third base line. Coming up later today, number 2 seed Piedmont taking on number 7 seed Maryville here at LaGrange. And at point, another contest, the 3-6 matchup. Sent out into left field, just over the head of Criswell at third. That'll drive in one. Sliding in at third will be Torres, and Allred with an RBI double cuts the lead in half. It is 6-3 in the top of the 5th inning. Pacers working back, and we'll see a visit to the mound. There was some action in the bullpen. We'll see if this is just a visit or a change. We'll have that info for you coming up as Methodist leads it 6-3, working in the top of the 5th inning. Christian Dix steps in. 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single in his last plate appearance, that just 1 inning ago. Had a single up the middle. 6-3 your score. Pacers have scored 1 in the frame. Swing and a miss. 0-1 count to Dix. It was an 0-1 count when he had a single back in the 4th inning. We're working top 5 here, 2 in scoring position, just 1 out on the board. Game 1 of the USA South Baseball Tournament. Dix fighting for it, fouls it off, and down in the count 0-2. 6 hits on the board for each team. Dix looking to add to that total. Time called at the plate, as he'll step out, readjust the gloves, and resettle. Allred at second after the RBI double. Torres at third. Brown looks to third, over his shoulder. The lefty's 0-2 delivery. Misses on the outside edge, just a bit high for a 1-2 count. Pacers clicking offensively, scored 2 runs in the 4th, 1 here in the 5th. But Dix not going to be the one putting more across the plate. Second strikeout of the game for Dix. And now 2 outs on the board. Tyler Tilson steps in. He struck out in his last at-bat. 0 for 2 on the day with a pop-up to the shortstop. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Ketchler having to slide over in his stance. Lefty-lefty matchup here. 1-0 delivery fouled back. That one just about gets back over into the stadium as it hits near the very top of the netting. Brown looks back to Torres. 1-1 throw home, sent right toward the first baseman. Easy play for Austin at first. and the threat is retired. 1 run scored on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. Pacers cut into the lead, but Methodist heading into the bottom of the 5th, still leading it 6-3. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament coming to you from LaGrange, Georgia. Welcome back here for the USA South Baseball Tournament. Glad to have you joining us here for a beautiful afternoon of action as we get things underway. We are working in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-0 count now to number 12, Tucker Criswell, for the Monarchs. They lead it 6-3. Puts that one in play. It's out down the left field line. This side of fair territory, however. So fouled off for a 2-1 count. Criswell, 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double. Give him 3 RBI as well, accounting for 3 of the 6 runs on the board. 3-1 count now. Ben Brand entered in the 4th inning. Pitched a 3-up, 3-down frame. But will lose Criswell to the walk. Leadoff walk for Methodist. Brings up Davis Cass. Davis Cass, 2nd team all-conference with the awards listing by the USA South earlier today. That listing can be found at usasouth.net. There you'll also find links to the complete tournament website where you can find the bracket and information containing live stats and video links for the duration of the tournament. You can also check out the rest of the information, the Spring Sports Festival here in LaGrange. Lots of action coming to you from LaGrange, Georgia, across the USA South Athletic Conference over the course of this week. 2-0 count to Cass, one of 5 first or second team all-conference members for the Monarchs this season. 2-0 pitch will find the zone. Brand working in his 2nd inning of action. Got a bus pulling into the complex. Might be the Maryville Scots. That game following ours, the Scots will take on the Lions. Piedmont with some players in the stands. Looks like the Scots have maybe just arrived. Brand looking to first, throw is home. It'll be high, and back-to-back walks will put 2 on. And we're gonna have a visit to the mound. Looks like we may see a pitching change. We'll have that information for you when we get back. It's a 6-3 game. Working in the bottom of the 5th inning, Methodist leads it You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament. Jakob Austin at the plate now with nobody out, 2 on, back-to-back walks to start the frame. Ben Brand still on the mound. That's a beautiful bunt, and there's going to be no play. What a piece of hitting by Jakob Austin. Bunt single will put runners on every base. Bases loaded now with no outs for Parker Clayton. Big spot for the freshman, second baseman for the Monarchs.
Cody, you need me to do your lineup for you? You can do mine. That I won't do. That ain't gonna help anybody.
Misses low and away for ball 1. Clayton walked in his last at bat. One of the final batters that starter Derek Jackson faced. That one fouled off. Will just be past the home dugout. 1-1 count. 7 hits now for the Monarchs. That bunt single, the first hit that Brand has given up. 1-1 delivery, low, just does get through Norris's legs. He has to rip the mask off, but it's right there below the umpire. No threat of advancement. 2-1 count. No outs and the bases loaded. Scots filing off the bus now toward the visitors' side. Clayton has to duck in order not to get beamed off the side of the helmet. Norris gets it, but it is in the other batter's box. It's a 3-1 count now. And walking a run in is Brand, as it's the 3rd walk of the inning. And we will see a pitching change. It's going to be number 13, Jace Stevenson, I believe, who's coming in to pitch. So 1 run on 1 hit and 3 walks, and Brand, his day will be done. Seven-3 your score. Bottom 5. We'll take a quick timeout as Stevenson warms up and be back with further action here in the bottom of the 5th inning. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament.
point, Manly.
Stevenson working on the mound now. A swing and a miss, and Manly now has a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2 now. Manly reached on a fielder's choice, but 0 for 2 on the day. Does have a stolen base. Again, bases loaded with nobody out, working in the bottom of the 5th inning. Fouled back. And Manly retired with the strikeout swinging for the first batter faced by Stevenson. Back to the top of the order now. Matthias Carter up with the bases loaded and 1 out, takes strike 1. Hit by a pitch in his first 2 plate appearances, ground out to the pitcher in the 3rd. Blown away, 1-1 count now. Bran officially goes for 1 inning, giving up 1 hit, 1 run so far, and 3 walks, of course. Those on the base paths, his responsibility. One-two count. Stevenson looking to help out Bran and minimize the damage. 1 run scored here in the bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded with 1 out. And out number 2, Carter back to the bench. Bringing up Ethan Carmack. Bases loaded with 2 outs now. Carmack has a sacrifice bunt from back in the 1st and then popped up to the infield in both other plate appearances. Just gets a piece of it for an 0-1 count. 7th batter to come up here in this inning, but just 1 run scored so far for the Monarchs. Pacers trying to limit the damage. Finds the outside edge, and Carmack down in the count, 0-2.
That's not you right there, Battle. Take it out of his hands. Let's go.
Pitch, fouled off. Back toward the parking lot, past the visitors' bullpen. Hard hit ball by Carmack. Once again, fouled off. Believe the bat made contact with Norris, as they'll give him a second to resettle behind the plate. As the ump walks out and gives Stevenson the ball. Stevenson, a senior. For the Pacers. Once again, 0-2 count for Carmack. Doesn't chase, and it's 1-2. The sophomore holding his ground. One-two pitch popped up. That one just does get over the netting extended above the field. Heads outside the complex. Carmack fighting in this at bat. It's fouled off, I believe, 3 straight. 1-2 delivery, make it 4, as that one just gets past the visiting bullpen over the visitors' dugout. Bases loaded. 1-2 delivery right to the first baseman, right place, right time, and Tilson makes the play. They leave him loaded. 1 run scored on 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on base. Monarchs lead it 7-3 as we head to the 6th inning. Nathan Holt set to lead off for the Pacers. Top 6. Methodist leads it 7-3. First pitch from our new pitcher, Thomas Dean. It's going to be strike 1. A 1-1 count now to Holt. 1 for 2 on the day, does have an RBI from back in the 4th inning when the Pacers scored a pair. 1-1 pitch, looking for the outside edge, doesn't get the call, just misses the zone, and it's a 2-1 count. Puts that one in play. It's going to be in shallow center field, and it'll drop in front of Carmack. So Holt now 2 for 3 on the day with another single. Loop out to center field, just does get it to drop in front of Carmack. Leadoff single puts a 1 aboard for Trey Hogan. Hogan 1 for 2. The other RBI single from back in the 4th inning belonged to him. Hogan's the one who sent it right back at the starter, Tyler Brown. Brown's final line, 5 innings pitched, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits. Shows bunt. It's a good one. And again, miscommunication, but able to make the play. They're going to say he was able to get in at third under the tag from the catcher. Miscommunication by the pitcher and the third baseman, Criswell. They're able to get the out at first. Tom Austin's going to come have a word. Right now, we stand with 1 out on the board. As for Hogan, it was a sacrifice bunt.
You gotta be kidding me! You're missing a good game out there, Rachel.
So we have a pinch hitter here. All that, and it all ends with it just being a sacrifice bunt, and Holt now on third after the discussion. So 1 out, 1 on, and we have the pinch hitter number 27, Nick Tilley, chopped toward third. They'll say it's a fair ball, and the play not made at first. The run will score, and we'll see if there's an error assessed on the play. The error will be on the first baseman, unable to make the grab and the play. So Norris reaching on the error. Run will score, so Holt comes around, and it's now a 7-4 game. Fouled off by Cranmer for an 0-1 count. Time called at the plate. Cranmer at the plate with an 0-1 count. 1 run has scored on 1 hit so far. 1 out on the board, and Tilley at first after reaching on an error. 0-2 count now as Cranmer falls behind Dean. Oh-2 pitch lofted up. It's going to be in shallow center field. Fading over and making the grab is Carter. 2 outs now. Tilley's still aboard at first after the error. Back to the top of the order, Easton Payton stands in, reached on a bunt single in the last inning, and came around to score the 1 run that crossed the plate in the 5th inning. Hard hit ball rocketed out toward the Scots players who are warming up. That the 7-2 matchup coming up following the completion of this game. Right now over at point, we've got the 4-5 matchup. Swing and a miss for an 0-2 count for Payton. In that 4-5 matchup, the 4-seed Huntingdon trailing NC Wesleyan, the 5-seed. The score 4-2, top 8. Battling Bishops, threatening with 2 on the base paths with just 1 out, leading by 2. 0-2 pitch rides outside for ball 1. One-two pitch, another hard hit ball. Sent out, almost makes it all the way to the parking lot. Same general direction as where the Scots, the visitors for the next contest, are warming up. Tilly's still on first. 2 outs. Peyton with a 1-2 count. Fouls off another, continuing to fight. 7 hits for each team. But your score, Monarchs lead it 7-4. Rung him up, got the inside edge. Peyton unhappy about that one, but caught looking for the final out of the inning. 1 run scored on 1 hit, no errors, apologies, 1 error and 1 left on base. As we head to the home half of the 6th, Methodist leads it 7-4. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament coming to you from LaGrange, Georgia. Alex Catchler at the plate, lined out to the shortstop in his last at bat, but was 2 for 2 heading into that appearance. 2 for 3 now, a single and a double. Norris doing his part, trying to get the call for Stevenson. Just misses the zone, though, for ball 1. Lots of scoring here in this one. Your score is 7-4 as Stevenson finds the zone, evens the count. We've seen 1 run scored in each of the last 3 half innings. And Catchler finding the perfect place to place that one, round second, and will be in standing up at third. Lead off triple. And that's how you do it. Well on his way to trying to bat for the cycle and doing it in order. A single, a double, and a triple for Catchler so far in this game. Will May, the designated hitter, at the plate. Breaking ball drops in for strike 1. May 1 for 3. Norris again trying to frame the pitch, doesn't get the call, and it's a 1-1 count. Stevenson entered in the last inning to get the final 3 batters out. picking up all 3 outs in the 5th inning. Came in and pitched 17 pitches, 14 of them strikes. 1-2 count to May. Rung up. May back to the bench, caught looking. And that brings up Criswell. Criswell 2 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBI. Have yourself a day, Mr. Criswell. Holds off, takes that one low and away. Walked in his last at bat. Later came around to score in the 5th inning. The lone run to score for the Monarchs in the frame. 1-0 delivery from Stevenson, just a bit low. Stevenson behind in the count, 2-0 to Criswell. 2 RBI single in the first, an RBI double in the 3rd, and walked and later scored in the 5th. Pops up the 2-0 pitch. Camping under it, making the grab in foul territory is Tilson, and Criswell out for the first time in this contest. 2 outs on the board, leadoff triple, but they're in danger of stranding him as Catchler still hanging out at 3rd, but now 2 outs on the board for Davis Cass. Ball 1 to the right fielder, Cass. Sent toward the 3rd baseman. Made in time. Allred gets it to Tilson, and the leadoff triple. No factor in the bottom of the 6th inning. Methodist, no runs scored on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on as we head to the 7th inning. Methodist leads it 7-4. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament coming to you from LaGrange, Georgia. Torres with strike 1. Swings through. Walked in his last plate appearance. Stranded at 3rd back in the 5th inning. 1 for 2 with a walk. That hit came in the 1st inning. Ahead in the count, 2-1 now. Working against Thomas Dean. Dean gave up 1 run on 1 hit in the previous inning. Entered to start the 6th. Fouled off to even the count. gave up a leadoff single to Nathan Holt in the 6th inning, but that's the only hit that he has allowed. Full count now for Torres. Dean gets the signal from Catchler. The payoff pitch sent toward the shortstop. Carter gloves it. Throw over to first, and an outstretched Austin able to get the out. It took everything he had, but Torres out on the play. Ground out to the shortstop. Allred steps in. Allred with the RBI in the 5th on a double out to left field. Takes strike 1 from Dean. Allred 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Also an RBI. Down in the count 0-2. Dean working in his 2nd inning of work, has pitched an inning and a 1/3 after entering in relief of starter Tyler Brown, who pitched the first 5. 0-2 pitch away for ball 1. Allred patient on the pitch. Action in both bullpens at the moment. Popped up. Pitcher calling for it. Dean camps under it, makes the grab in the shallow infield. 2 up, 2 down. Christian Dix. 2 strikeouts, but also a single out to center field. 1 swinging, 1 looking, and the single to center field. Again, low and away from Dean. Near the same spot. So Dix works ahead 2-0 in the count. That'll get down in left center field and give Dix another single, make him 2 for 4 on the day. Second hit given up by Dean in his relief appearance through an inning and 2/3. Facing the lefty Tyler Tilson. Tilson 0 for 3. Fouls it off, and time called by the umpire. Tilson ground out to first on the unassisted play in the 5th to end the inning. Takes ball 1. One delivery sent out a rocket out to right field, rounding second and heading for third. Dix slides in safely, and runners at the corners now after Tyler Tilson Sends one out to right field. A pair of 2-out hits now for the Pacers. Brings up Nathan Holt. Holt, back-to-back singles, 2 for 3 on the day, with an RBI and a run scored. Dean looks to first, looks again. Gets the signal from Catchler, but time called by the umpire. Holt readies in the box. First pitch, away for ball 1. One-0 pitch sent toward the third baseman, trying to outrun the throw. Unable to do so is Holt. So a ground out to third will end the inning. No runs scored on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stand up, stretch, and sing along to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Folks, you know it at home, sing along. We'll be back with further action. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament. Methodist leads it 7-4, heading to the home half of the 7th. Jakob Austin set to lead off for the Monarchs here in the 7th inning. Methodist leads it 7-4 in Game 1 of the USA South Baseball Tournament. Still Jace Stevenson working for the Pacers on the hill. It's ball 1 to Austin. 1-0 pitch popped up. That one will head out of play as the Piedmont pitchers working out in the facility down the first base line, preparing for the contest later today. Full bracket can be found at usasouth.net, so you can print it out, follow it along. Sent out to center field, camping under it, making the grab is Holt. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Parker Clayton has been walked twice and was out on a sacrifice bunt. Also has an RBI, that from back in the 5th inning. Takes strike 1 from Stevenson. Stevenson now through 2 1/3 innings of work. Has given up just 1 hit. Gets the signal from Norris. It's called on the outside edge. It was close. 1-2 count. 2-2 count. That pitch will skip past Norris, but no harm as no one on the base paths. But the count is full now to the freshman Clayton. Payoff pitch. Clayton will take his base. Another walk. 3 walks today to Parker Clayton. Batting .308 on the season. And has now been walked 19 times. Elliott Manley at the plate. Lefty shows bunt. It'll go foul. Clayton will have to head back to first. 2:15 local time. We've been at it just over 2 hours. Bottom 7. Methodist leads it 7-4. 8 hits for the Monarchs. 9 for the Pacers. That one gets past Norris, rips off the mask, but Clayton will easily take second. So a passed ball will put Clayton at second. Manley with a 1-1 count. Stevenson looking to second. One delivery. And a nice job by Norris to frame that one and get the call for a 1-2 count. One-two delivery, softly hit into the infield, and that's going to skip past the shortstop. It looks like he might have outrun it anyway. We're going to say a hit from our official scorer. Manley was turning on the back burner, had some wheels, as it was a softly hit ball toward the shortstop, mishandled. But it looked like Manley could have beat it out if there had been a throw. So 9 hits now for the Monarchs. Back to the top of the order. Carter takes ball 1 from Stevenson. 2 on. Runners at first and second. Clayton at second, Manley at first. 1-0 pitch, misses low and away for ball 2. Carter hit by pitches in his first 2 at-bats and 0 for 2 since then. That one gets past the catcher, and the runners will advance. Low and in the dirt right at Norris, and it'll skip under him. So the wild pitch now will move the runners both in scoring position. A 3-0 count to Carter with just 1 out. Finds the zone, and it's a 3-1 count now. Clayton at third, Manley at second. 1 out on the board. Methodist leading by 3. and loses Carter to the walk, which will provide another bases loaded situation with 1 out. Stevenson came in and was able to get 3 outs in a row with the bases loaded in the 5th. Stranded 3. He stranded 4 during his time working on the mound, but now falls behind 1-0 to Ethan Carmack. Carmack still looking for his first trip on the base paths. Stevenson finds the zone, and it's a 1-1 count. One's across with the bases loaded. Pops it up. Holt camps under it. No play made with a throw home as it dies right there with the cutoff man, Stevenson, the pitcher, and a sacrifice fly will score 1. 8-4 your score. Alex Catchler at the plate. Runners on the corners. Manley at third and Carter at first. One 1-0 count to Catchler. Runner goes, strike called, and the stolen base will be conceded to Carter. No throw by Norris. 1-1 count. Catchler with a single, a double, and a triple. Well, you know what's left. It's not coming right there, but he will have another hit. Give him a 2 RBI hit. He's going to have a single, advances to second on the throw, and scores a pair. So 3 runs scored here in the bottom of the 7th. And we will see a visit to the mound. We may see a pitching change. We'll have that information for you when we get back. Your score 10-4. Methodist leads it, working in the bottom of the 7th. Will May, the first batter to face number 47, Isaiah Ortega, freshman for the Pacers. Stevenson pitches 2 2/3, gives up 3 runs on 2 hits, and is responsible for Catchler, who's on at second. First pitch swung on, and that is going to be tracked down by Cranber. Nice job to make the final out of the inning. Not before 3 runs were scored on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Methodist leads it 10-4 as we head to the 8th inning.
For the Pacers, number 6, Trey Hogan.
Welcome back to the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament, working top 8. Methodist leads it 10-4. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Monarchs. It's number 15, Kevin Williams, a senior righty for the Monarchs. First pitch is strike 1 to Trey Hogan. Thomas Dean pitches 2 innings for Methodist. Hogan down in the count 0-2. Delivery low for ball 1. Dean pitches 2 innings, giving up 1 run on 3 hits as he pitched the 6th and 7th innings. 1-2 offering. He'll go around. Strikeout swinging for the first out, recorded by Kevin Williams.
Now batting for Pacers, number 27, Nick Tilley.
Nick Tilley entered in the 6th inning to bat for Norris. First pitch to Tilley, sent past the outstretched arm of Criswell at third, and Tilley will be on base once again. Reached on an error Back in the 6th inning, this time hard hit ball out to left field. Kyle Cranmer in the batter's box. 10th hit of the game for the Pacers. 10 hits on both sides. Pitch misses on the outside edge for ball 1 to Cranmer. Cranmer 0 for 3 on the day. Has done it just about every way possible. Pops that one back foul for a 1-1 count. Flew out to right field, grounded out to the third baseman, and popped up to the shortstop. Sent it just about every direction. 1-1 pitch will get past the catcher. And Tilly advances to second. Catchler giving the signal to Williams, throw home right down the middle for strike 2. 2-2 count to Cranmer. Waiting on deck is the leadoff hitter in the order, Easton Payton. Softly hit, and stepping back 2 steps on the grass is the shortstop Carter to make the second out of the inning. Payton at the plate. Had a bunt single in the 5th inning. Came around to score that inning as well, but just 1 for 4 in the game. Pitch rides high and inside for ball 1. Williams has given up just 1 hit. 1-0 pitch. Paints the black. Gets the call. Even count now. 2 outs, 1 on. The runner at second is Tilly. Breaking ball just misses, hitting that same spot on the inside edge. And it's a 2-1 count. The winner of this contest will move on to play at 10 a.m. tomorrow here at LaGrange. And the opponent has been decided. Sent out into the outfield, running over, making the grab is Carmack for the final out of the inning. No runs scored on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. That's what you call a tease, folks. We'll have the information on who the winner of this game will face when we get back. Working in the bottom of the 8th inning, Methodist leads it by a score of 10-4.
Criswell.
Tucker Criswell to get the action started in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll take strike one. Still Isaiah Ortega on the mound for the Pacers. Promised you we'd have you the opponent for the winner of this game right after the break. It's NC Wesleyan moving on in the winner's bracket. They claim a 4-2 win over Huntingdon. So the winner of this game will face NC Wesleyan at 10 a.m. tomorrow here at LaGrange. Over the head of Cranmer. Stopping at second will be Criswell, but another double for him as he has 3 hits today. Trying to help lead his team on to play in the winner's bracket tomorrow. Davis Cass due up for the Monarchs. Tom Austin giving the signal from third base to Criswell. Cass shows bunt, will take strike one. Criswell had a nice lead from second, but trots back in. $11 hits on the board for Methodist here today. Ortega's 0-1 pitch again shows bunt. And they're going to say Ortega able to lay out and make the grab. So a diving grab for the pop-up, and 1 out on the board. Cass going for the bunt, pops up a bit too much, and a diving Ortega able to make the out. So Criswell stays at second. Jakob Austin at the plate. Austin with a pair of hits today, but flew out to center field in his last at-bat. Tilly again able to frame the pitch and get the call. 0-1 count to Austin. Ortega just misses, trying to connect on the outside edge. And now an even 1-1 count. Ortega entered to face the final batter of the 7th inning. Has 2 outs recorded. Looking to make it an inning of work. 2-1 count. Just does hit it off the tip of the bat. Runner will tag from second. So Criswell advances to third. 2 outs on the board as Austin flies out to right. Bringing up Parker Clayton. Clayton came around to score in the 7th inning. Was walked, reached second on a passed ball, third on a wild pitch, and then driven in later in the inning. Tilly again doing his best, but it's ball 1 to Clayton. Clayton has been walked 3 times through 4 plate appearances. Might be on his way to walk number 4, which would be number 20 of the season. Two-0 pitch is fouled back. low and away from the lefty. Count runs to 3-1. Twice Clayton has worked to a full count. (3-1) offering from Ortega. Called strike 2. I believe the intent might have even been a walk, but called strike 2. Full count, 2 outs. Fouled back. Third time in the game that Clayton has worked it to a full count. Has been walked in each of the last 3 plate appearances. Had a sacrifice bunt in his first time at the plate. Back in the second inning. Walked in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th innings. And will take his base once again. 4 walks in the game for Clayton. Runners at the corners for Elliott Manley. Back-to-back lefty hitters. 3 lefty hitters in the Methodist lineup. Ortega's pitch rides high for ball 1. Manley singled to the shortstop in his last at bat. I believe that was the one that was hard hit ball toward the shortstop. Thought we could have seen him outrun it should the play have been made at first. There was no throw, but credited with a hit. (1-1) offering. Runner goes from first. They'll concede the stolen base with no throw. And Clayton now in scoring position as well. Criswell at third. Clayton at second. With a 2-1 count to Elliott Manley. Tilly once again gets the job done under strict instruction to hold it and wait for the call. And Manley, wishing he could have that one back, couldn't hold up on the swing and will strike out. So no runs scored on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on as we head to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Pacers. Methodist leads at 10-4. You're watching the 2018 USA South Baseball Tournament coming to you from LaGrange, Georgia. Justin Torres set to lead off in the 9th inning, leading off for the 3rd time in an inning this game. Still Kevin Williams working on the mound for the Monarchs. Called strike 1 for Torres. Ground out to the shortstop in his last plate appearance back in the 7th inning. Williams entered to pitch the 8th inning. And we'll get the first out of the 9th, courtesy of the 4-3 ground out. Bringing up Alec Allred.
Stepping up to the plate for the Pacers, number 10, Alec Allred.
Allred popped out to the pitcher back in the 7th inning. This will be his first time facing Williams. Ball 1 as that pitch rides high. Williams has given up just 1 hit from back in the 8th inning. Low and away for a 2-0 count. Two-0 delivery sent out into left field, finds the gap, and Allred will have his 2nd hit of the game. A single through the left side.
Now batting for the Pacers, number 23, Christian Dix.
11 hits for both teams. Low and in the dirt for ball 1. Dix 2 for 4, a pair of singles and a pair of strikeouts. 1-0 offering, breaking ball in the zone for strike 1. Williams looks over to Allred at first, low and away for ball 2. 10-4 your score, top 9. Pacers down to the final 2 outs. And strike 2 to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out and 1 on for Christian Dix. Two-two offering, chopped up, the opportunity for a double play. And the 6-4-3 completed for the final outs of the game. No runs scored in the top of the 9th on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on. Monarchs moving forward in the winner's bracket. Methodist will take on NC Wesleyan at 10 a.m. tomorrow here at LaGrange, while William Peace heading to the loser's bracket. They'll be in action at 5 p.m. I'm sorry, there'll be action at Point at 10 a.m. tomorrow as well. So both teams heading for the 10 a.m. games. It'll be an early start. Grab your brunch and get ready to tune in tomorrow for action as Methodist takes on NC Wesleyan and William Peace takes on Huntington. Your final here in Game 1 of the USA South Baseball Tournament. Methodist wins it 10-4. We'll be back with game number 3, Game 2 at this site. Number 2 seed Piedmont takes on number 7 seed Maryville. That's coming up at 3:30. Be sure to tune in